I'd like to just explain to you very briefly the logic or the connection between the first three parts. And having established that, we're going to explore something different today. We're going to go in a different direction. Now, when we speak about global anxiety and a new reality, just the combination of these two words suggests the need for some form of healing and closure that kind of bridge these two aspects. On one hand, we have anxiety created by the phenomena that we are all experiencing globally. And on the other hand, there is a new reality waiting for us. But the two locations need to be bridged. And this bridging happens through healing and closure. So, in order to get into a healing space, my dear friends, we all first need to be completely anchored, very comfortably anchored in our location here as physical beings, as human beings, anchored in a space of trust. And at the same time, a deep connection with a higher source of intelligence, with a source of higher intelligence, whichever way we want to see it. So unless we are well connected, centered, anchored at both levels, trust in the process of life, trust that I am enough at one level, and at the other level, deeply connected with the source, knowing that at each moment, with each breath, as a matter of fact, I have access to the highest wisdom, highest power that comes combined with compassion. And in the last part of this meditation, we established ourselves on this dimension as an aspect of the divine consciousness by saying, I hereby establish my divine presence on this planet. So only when all of these aspects are in place can we venture into healing. And that is what we are going to do today. I will guide you. However, each one of you will need to work with your personal material. So as I give you instructions, look within yourself and access that part of you which is ready to be healed, which requires healing. Because we work with the premise that whatever is my internal reality is faithfully reflected in my external reality. So please sit back. As always, find a comfortable posture. Put away your phones. I hope you are not expecting any intrusion for the next 30 to 40 minutes. So please sit back. Adjust your posture so that your physical body does not distract you through this process. It's perfectly okay if you wish to lie down. I just hope you don't drift into sleep. So as long as you are confident that you can stay alert and focused, please feel free to lie down if you need to. Lean back against something if you're sitting up so that your back is supported. Make sure that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. And as always, let us begin by taking our attention to the breath. Please focus your attention either on your chest or your abdomen or the tip of your nostrils. And observe your body. Inhale and exhale. Watch your body move as you inhale and exhale. Observe the temperature of the air, the difference in the temperature that you can experience at the tip of your nostrils between the inhale and the exhale. Become aware of your thoughts traveling to other places, distractions, preoccupations. Consciously disengage and bring your mind back to your body and your breath. When you feel more or less centered, please take your attention to the topmost part of your head, the crown of your head. Visualize or imagine. It's perfectly okay to imagine or experience your breath beginning to flow into you through the topmost part of your head. Every time you inhale, the breath is flowing into you through the crown of your head. And every time you exhale, experience the breath leaving you through the tip of your tailbone or through the soles of your feet. Hold this idea lightly. Continue to breathe normal, regular breathing, completely relaxed. Your breath entering you through the crown of your head and exiting through the tip of your tailbone or the soles of your feet. Again, gently gather your mind, collect all your thoughts, bring your mind back from wherever it is traveling to your body and your breath. I invite you now to trace your breath all the way back to its source. Project your thoughts and connect to whatever comes to your mind spontaneously as the source of your breath. It could be a deity, a form, a name, a symbol. Or just pure light. Visualize or imagine your breath emanating from that source, reaching you, reaching the crown of your head. And as it enters, imagine that self who is sitting in the clearing that was created by you in your mind space. Imagine that self receiving this breath directly into the area of the crown, into the topmost part of the head. The breath emanates from the source. See it traveling down, entering the crown of the person, of that self of you who is sitting in that clearing in the mind space. Flooding that self with light. Every breath reaches you as a ray of light and floods that self. With every inhale, visualize or imagine or experience that ray of light expanding getting bigger and bigger until it becomes a powerful beam of light. As the light beam gets more and more powerful, more and more bright and brilliant, please visualize or imagine that light now traveling from the mind space down the length of your spine and reaching that self that is seated at the tip of the spine. Now, every time you inhale, you draw your breath from the source through the clearing in the mind, through the length of your spine, all the way down to that self seated at the tip of the spine. Draw all your senses inwards and focus on just this idea, this image, this experience. Every inhale emanating from the source as a powerful beam of light flowing through the crown into the self who is seated in the clearing and traveling beyond through the spine, reaching the self seated at the base of the spine. Now, I invite you to focus on the exhale, projecting this light from the base of the spine all the way into the core of the earth. Inhaling from the source, being a channel of this light, and exhaling this light, channeling it further beyond you into the core of the earth. Hold this image as vividly as you can. Hold it as effortlessly as you can, focusing just on the inhale and exhale. And in doing so, you are establishing your divine presence on this planet. Every conscious breath. every conscious inhale and exhale, you are creating the vital link between the divine, between the source of absolute power, wisdom, and compassion, and all that resides on this planet, including the planet itself. When you feel firmly anchored in this connection, I invite you now to turn the gaze of your mind's eye onto the world outside. Embodying the confidence, embodying the trust that you have access. In fact, you are the channel of divine power, divine wisdom, and compassion. Firmly anchored in this idea of the self, scan the external reality with the willingness to see what needs to be seen. As you scan the world as it is today, the current reality, starting from your own home, your immediate family, your extended family, and in ever expanding circles as much as your mind carries you. As you scan this external reality, identify the one thing that evokes you. Identify the one aspect of your external reality that instantly triggers a strong emotion within you. You might be able to either identify the emotion because you feel it right away. If you cannot identify it as an emotion, observe any sensation within your body that gets triggered when you scan your reality, your external reality. What is going on out there which touches you deeply under the current circumstances? Is it fear? Is it anger? Is it guilt? Is it compassion? As soon as you identify whatever it is that triggers you, please draw your attention to that part of your body which is reacting in this moment. If you experience an emotion, which part of your body is holding that emotion? If it is a physical sensation, where in your body is that sensation most intense? Please identify what it is about your external reality that triggers you by naming that phenomena that you observe outside. As soon as you identify the location in the body, begin to inhale into that part of your body. Let every inhale be directed into that part of your body where you are holding this emotion or feeling this sensation. And with every inhale, give it permission to tell you the story of your life. What is the story of your life that is resonating with the reality outside? During this entire process, always keep in mind that you are channeling the highest level of power and wisdom and compassion, and you're deeply anchored in trust. Throughout this process of healing, therefore, you are completely safe. You are held. With this understanding at the back of your mind, listen to the story of your life. That is resonating with that aspect of your external reality. Observe the emotions that might well up as you listen to the story. Observe the thoughts, the beliefs, the attitudes that get revealed as you listen to the story. Without any judgment. Listen to yourself with utmost compassion. What is the story of your own fears in the context of your life? What is the story of anger? What is your story of guilt or shame? It's perfectly okay if you have identified any other emotion. Please go with the flow. Connect to whatever emerges spontaneously. There is nowhere else to go. There is nothing else to do. Other than to give that part of you your total attention. If there are multiple emotions coming up, pick on the one that is most prominent and focus on that. And now, my dear friends, pay attention to the conclusions that you have arrived at, either about yourself or about the world, as a result of this story. What conclusions have you arrived at? What have you told yourself about you, about life or about the world at large. From an objective space, examine this conclusion, this meaning of yourself or of your life that you have made, and check for yourself, is this in alignment with this light that flows through me as my breath? Is it in alignment with my truth? Does it affirm and reflect what I know to be? That I have direct access to the highest source of power, wisdom, and compassion, and I completely trust the process of life. Does your conclusion align itself to this truth? If it doesn't, what alternate perspective can you take of the story? If it doesn't, are you willing to drop the story with every inhale? If I access the highest intelligence, the highest power, the highest degree of compassion, what would I tell that part of me that is carrying the story? That self that is wounded, that self that is probably afraid or angry, carrying guilt, feeling ashamed. Or whatever other emotion that makes me feel small and helpless. Please reframe that story. Trust your intuition. Trust the guidance that you're receiving right now with every inhale. Reframe that story. Reframe those parts of the story that does not affirm the truth about you. Hold that part of you with compassion, deep compassion. without any judgment. As you reframe and let go, one breath at a time, integrate that part of you into the rest of you that is filled with light, that is filled with the power and the wisdom and compassion that reaches you with every breath. Integrate this wounded part, one breath at a time. And as you reintegrate that part of you, restoring health and wholeness to that part of you, expand your vision and now gaze at that part of the world outside, that aspect of the current reality, which represented the story for you. Who in your immediate surroundings represented that story, carried that story for you, reflected that story of pain for you? Who in your extended family, who in your neighborhood, what in the larger context of the world as it is today reflected this story for you? Include all of those elements and breathe this healed, reframed story into all of these elements. Hold this intention. May every person, every aspect of life that carries or has carried the same kind of wounding that I did until now, may each one of them be transformed and healed. May every living being out there who experiences fear, anger, guilt, or shame be healed Be transformed. Take your focus back to the pillar of light that's flowing through your spine from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Take your focus back to that pillar of light. And project this pillar of light now to envelop all around you in ever expanding circles, carrying specifically your reframed idea about the self and the world that you live in. Every inhale and exhale, may this message be carried through to everyone and everything that inhabits this world. May the healing that you have experienced be reflected in everything in your external reality. With every inhale and every exhale, consciously project this healed energy from within you into all and everyone around you. As much as my external reality reflected my inner wounding, with every breath that I take, may the healing that I have experienced be now reflected in everything and everyone around me. Every one of us is an aspect of the divine consciousness. The universal principle that operates in every instance is that my external reality is merely a faithful reflection of my internal reality. Every shift, every move that I make within towards healing, towards health and wholeness will be reflected in the external reality. Let us together affirm, in my empowerment, I empower everything around me. Through my healing, I heal everything around me. Through being anchored, deeply anchored in trust in the process of life, I bring joy to myself and to everyone and everything around me. Joy in the process of life. With these affirmations, bring your awareness back to yourself, awareness back to your surroundings. Carry in your conscious memory whatever you have experienced in this session. Recall once again the healing, the reframing that you have gone through today. When you feel ready, you may bring this process to a closure. Take your time only when you feel ready, when you feel complete. As before, please do repeat this process as often as you feel the need to. If possible, do all of them starting from the first part in the same order. I look forward to seeing you all again next Friday. That will be the last of the series. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much.